Welcome, fellow seekers of wisdom, to a deep dive into one of humanity's oldest and most enduring topics, the differences between men and women. From a Stoic standpoint, understanding these differences isn't about division but about achieving harmony through knowledge and empathy. Let's explore these nuances with an eye towards growth and mutual respect. First off, when we look at young boys and girls before the onset of puberty, the differences in personality traits like neuroticism are negligible. It's a near-level playing field where both genders exhibit similar emotional and psychological characteristics. But then puberty hits and everything changes. The puberty shift. Puberty marks a significant divergence, particularly in trait neuroticism. Women's levels of neuroticism rise and remain elevated throughout their lives compared to men. This increase can be linked to the biological and social roles women often take on, which influences the types of psychopathologies more common in each gender. Men are disproportionately affected by issues like alcoholism, drug abuse, antisocial behavior, and various learning or attention disorders. Women, on the other hand, are more likely to suffer from depression and anxiety, conditions closely tied to higher neuroticism. To visualize this, imagine two bell curves representing the distribution of neuroticism in men and women. While both start from roughly the same point, the female curve shifts rightward, indicating higher levels of negative emotion. If you're looking for the individual with the highest neuroticism in a group of 20, chances are it's more likely to be a woman. Physical differences more than just size. Now, let's talk about physicality. Post-puberty, men not only grow taller and heavier but develop significantly more upper body strength due to higher testosterone levels. This isn't just about size, it's about how this strength manifests in interactions, particularly in combat scenarios. Humans, like kangaroos, are unique in using our arms for defense, making upper body strength a critical factor. However, an interesting twist in marital dynamics shows that women might initiate physical aggression more often than men, but the consequences are less severe due to the strength disparity. This leads to a peculiar balance where women can afford to be more physically expressive in minor conflicts, knowing the potential for harm is limited. The vulnerability of women. This brings us to the crux of why women might exhibit higher sensitivity to negative emotions. The world is, in many ways, more perilous for women. Sexual vulnerability at puberty introduces risks that can have lifelong consequences, far more so than for men. An unwanted sexual encounter can lead to pregnancy, which historically and still today carries substantial social, economic, and personal burdens. Moreover, women's nervous systems seem adapted not just to their own survival, but to the survival of infants. The mother-infant dyad requires a high level of vigilance, emotional responsiveness, and sensitivity to threats, which might explain the heightened neuroticism. This adaptation, while perfect for nurturing, can be less ideal in adult competitive environments, especially in business settings where traits like toughness and bluntness are valued. Agreeableness versus disagreeableness. Here we delve into the personality traits of agreeableness and disagreeableness. Agreeable people, often women, are compassionate and polite, whereas disagreeable individuals, more commonly men, are tough-minded and competitive. This isn't to say all men are disagreeable or all women agreeable, but these trends do influence how each gender navigates social and professional worlds. I once had a friend, a quintessential example of disagreeableness, who thrived in corporate cleanup roles. His approach was brutally honest, focusing on performance and efficiency, which, while harsh, was also effective. This contrasts starkly with the discomfort I felt in similar situations due to my own agreeableness, highlighting how these traits can dictate our professional and personal interactions. Conscientiousness in the workplace. Conscientiousness often goes hand in hand with agreeableness, particularly in environments where reliability and diligence are paramount. However, this can lead to exploitation, especially for women who are high in both traits. They tend to work hard without seeking recognition or complaining, essentially becoming the unsung heroes of many organizations. The Stoic approach to agreeableness. From a Stoic perspective, there's wisdom in recognizing these tendencies. For those who are naturally agreeable, learning to assert oneself is not about becoming disagreeable, but about finding balance. Stoicism teaches us to live according to our true nature, which for many might mean learning to negotiate on one's behalf, to speak truths that might be harsh but necessary, and to cultivate a sense of personal desire amidst the instinct to cater to others. Conflict, avoidance versus resolution. Agreeable people often smooth over conflicts to maintain peace, a trait beneficial around infants but potentially detrimental in adult life, where conflict can lead to necessary change. Stoicism encourages facing these conflicts with equanimity, understanding that while conflict might be uncomfortable, it's sometimes the path to resolution and personal growth. Conclusion: embracing differences. The Stoic journey isn't about erasing gender differences, but understanding them as part of the human condition. By recognizing how biology, psychology, and society shape us, we can better navigate relationships, work environments, and personal growth. Whether you're more agreeable or disagreeable, the Stoic path invites you to balance these traits, using them to foster not only personal harmony, but also mutual respect and understanding across the gender divide. Remember, in Stoicism, our task is to control what we can, our reactions, our understanding, and our approach to the world. Let's use this knowledge not to judge, but to build a more empathetic, wise, and resilient community. Thank you for joining me on this enlightening exploration. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into living a life of wisdom and virtue.